think that he's underestimating some things about me. I don't want to give him away right now, but he's underestimating some things about me, and it'll show on Saturday night.
You know, with him talking about if he makes a mistake, I can kill him, and the way he fought his last fight, pressing the guy in out of there in 2 rounds, do you think he's going to come and try to press you early?
I don't know. We gotta see. Well, I don't know what type of fight he'll bring. I know that he has experience, so he can switch it up. But I don't know. We just gotta see.
Devin,
But
I'm sorry.
my bad. But if he's saying that if I make a mistake, what if I don't make mistakes? That's the thing.
Do you feel, given that he's had a lot of knockouts early on in the fight, that you gotta maybe test him early on and really put the pressure on him, see if he can break in the early rounds?
I mean, that's the key to of course you want to test them out and see, if they can stand in there with you. But I don't know. We gotta just see. I got to get in there and see what he brings to the table. But I'm ready.
But you gotta feel, though, too, that the opportunity is there for you to go ahead and do that. And you gotta think also, hey, I can't get this guy out early because of what's happened in the prior fights.
No, because styles make fights, and he's at a different point in his career, and he may just bring a totally different style to the fight. So I can't underestimate him just because he's been knocked out in the past or knocked out in the early rounds, because he's been in wars. He's been stopped late as well. I think DeMarco stopped him in 11th round. So he showed that he can get stopped all through the 12 rounds now, but we just got to see.
There's talk of power and speed in boxing all the time, but it seems like, your calling card is your skills. Is that what you want to separate yourself with Saturday night, that you're the most skilled fighter?
Well, skills pay the bills, so that speaks for itself.
What was your reaction when he said how you think of maybe a Lopez fight or just any other fight in the future, how he's thinking the same thing and thinking...
Well, he won't make it. He won't make it to those fights, so I don't even know why he even thinking about those, because he won't make it.
As he was just leaving, he said that you are the WBC champion. He said you'll be champion today and you'll be champion tomorrow and Saturday, but come Saturday night, that he will then become champion. Any reaction or response?
That's what he's supposed to say. He's supposed to say that. If he was saying anything different, then we would think something was wrong. So he's supposed to say that. But on Saturday night, the world will see. I'm happy that I got a chance to see him and get a feel for him, and I feel even more ready.
With all this talk about the mistakes that you might make, you think he's forgetting that you might capitalize on his mistakes?
I mean, yeah, and he makes a lot of mistakes. So, but we just gotta see. We just gotta see. I can never underestimate. Him and what he brings to the table. But anybody can say that. He's saying stuff that anybody can say. Anybody can say, "Oh, well, I have experience." Okay, or people get beat with experience every day. That's how he became world champion first time in his career. He can say, "Oh, if he makes a mistake, then I'm going to knock him out." Well, of course I would say the same thing. So, I mean, skills pay the bills. It'll show on Saturday night.
Dev, do you
You've fought
think
in Vegas before, but how do you feel about, this is the biggest event, obviously, you headlining title fight here in Vegas. How does it feel that, it's finally came around?
This is what I've been waiting for. This is finally my time to shine on a big stage. I'm thankful for it. I thank God for it. I'm so blessed, and I look forward to, showing the world, giving you guys a treat.
Devin, do you think you've had guys in the past talk about fighting you, and then for whatever reason it turns out to not go down? Do you think Teofimo's serious about fighting you next, or is it cap, like you've said in the past about other fighters?
I don't know. We just got to see, but it all starts with Saturday night. The difference between me and Teofimo, I'm fighting a real threat. He's fighting a guy who he's talking about me more than he's talking about the guy that he's fighting. So right now I'm focused on Jorge Linares.
Do you feel like, forget media, anything like that, do you feel like you have something extra to prove Saturday night?
No, I'm just going to go in there and have fun. It is no pressure. Jorge Linares, his resume and who he is speaks for itself. So I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I'm just going to go in there and do what I do, have fun, and get the job done.
How do you envision the fight in your mind?
I don't know. We just got to see.
How anxious were you watching Ryan and Teofimo and Gervonta actually fighting while you were just getting ready for your next fight? Were you able to stay focused, or were you getting frustrated at all?
Oh no, it made me more focused, because it was a little like a little like rivalry going on. You know, we all wanted to outdo each other, but so it motivated me even more.
I know Ben Davison was assisting in camp. He was training Josh Taylor at the same time. Was there any time you guys were working in the gym, same time? You and Josh?
No.
Okay.
Devin, obviously,
Was that a fight you'd want in the future?
I saw you post on your social media recently. Just talk about seeing your face, you know, at the MGM Grand and all up and down the Las Vegas Strip. You know, so young at only 22 years old. What was that feeling like?
Man, it's a blessing that I'm here at this stage in my career. But this is only the beginning. You know, this is always a dream of mine to, you know, be headlining in Vegas, my face on billboards and stuff like that. But you guys are gonna see this for years to come from this point on. So this is only the beginning, and I'm ready for it.
Devin, you seem real comfortable for this fight. Are you just confident in the way you train and the way you prepared yourself?
Yeah, I'm just relaxed. I'm relaxed because I feel like I prepared well. I'm ready for it. This is finally my time to shine, and I look forward to just showcasing everything that I've been working on. I prepared for any scenario possible.
Was this the best camp yet?
I don't really like to say if it's the best camp yet because every camp is good.
Sorry, I don't know if I walked in and you already answered the question, but can you sort of explain how you and Ben Davison sort of started working together?
Me and Ben, we've been friends for like a while now. So we just would like he would give me tips like, you know, like he'll hit me up like every fight or, you know, during camp like, oh, what's up, like how you doing? And he, like give me little tips, and then I knew that he was gonna be out here for the Josh Taylor fight, so then he hit me up like, oh bro, let's get some work in. So I was like, yeah, let's do it, hell yeah. So that's how that came about.
What have you picked up for working with Ben Davis?
A lot, and then some of the things we've been working on will show on Saturday night.
Do you think that it'll continue beyond this point, or is it just
Let me get
because
some
he was
water.
already in Vegas?
Say it again.
Do you think that the relationship will continue moving forward, or is it just because he was in Vegas it made it convenient for the two of you to
No,
work
no,
together?
of course. Ben Davison, he's also a friend of mine as well. So of course, you know, we're gonna get more work in. My dad is my head coach, but Ben has been a tremendous help in camp as well, putting the finishing touches on this camp, and I look forward to it.
Drinking water the day before weighing not something you see a lot of fighters doing. I'm assuming weight's great for you.
I don't have weight problems. I don't never have weight problems.
Devin,
Would you
I know
be
in the past
excited?
You wanted that Lomachenko fight. Obviously, he has a fight coming up also this month. Does it make sense for you to give him that opportunity at the WC belt?
Say it one more time, sorry.
I know you wanted that Lomachenko fight in the past when he was the champion. Does
Yeah.
it make sense for you to give him an opportunity if you're victorious on Saturday night and if he wins his fight against Nakatani?
Well, of course, I could say all the fights that I want to make in the future, but my main focus right now is Jorge Linares. I don't want to look past him. I know that he's a real threat. You know, on paper, it showed, his resume has showed that he's the toughest test. But on Saturday night, I want to make it an easy night. So I want to just put all my focus into Saturday.
I know your
When you
team
say-
was calling him a 5-time loser and saying that he's going to be a 6-time loser. How do you see yourself beating Linares on Saturday night?
I just see myself being victorious. I don't want to give away no game plan or nothing like that. But you know, he lost 5 times, but he lost against good fighters, mostly good fighters.
When you
All of them by knockout, so the 6 ones, you don't want to predict a knockout?
No, I don't want to make any predictions for a knockout because Styles make fights, and you know he's at a point in his career where he has a lot of experience. And like Gamboa, some people they just know how to survive.
Do you think he'll still be able to hold up to taking punches durability-wise? You know, like the body looks good, the speed looks good, but, you know, getting older there, do you think it'll be hard for him to take the punches coming his way?
We gotta see because there's gonna be a lot of them, so we gotta see if he could take a lot of punches. Anybody could take 1, maybe 2, but when it's a lot of them coming, we gotta see.
When you say you want to showcase your talents, are you looking to take this into the late rounds, just showcasing your talents throughout the fight? Or you trying to get rid of them early?
It doesn't matter if we go 12 rounds and I'm able to showcase my full arsenal, then so be it. If it's a knockout early, so be it. If it's a late fight knockout, it's cool.
You got some fighters that look up to you, specifically Darren Cunningham. Talk about your relationship with Cunningham and how that's developed.
Oh, you know, Darren is someone who's, you know, followed my path, and he's doing a tremendous job.
How hard do you feel this fight is going to be, Devin? If hard at all for you?
I don't know. Like I said, I can't underestimate him. I'm not going to just say, oh, it's going to be a hard, tough fight. just by his resume or who he's fought in the past, because I feel like none of them guys were me. He feels like he's on a different level, but I feel like I'm on a different level too. He's never seen nobody with a style like mine, with the speed, the slickness, the everything, just the whole package. I have the whole package. You know, Loma is good. Don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. He has good movement, ring generalship, and stuff like that. But I'm just different.
Dev, if none of these guys will fight you at lightweight, have you had any thoughts about moving up to 140?
Of course, I thought about it, but like I said, I could say what I would do in the future, but Saturday night is my main focus right now, and my weight is good, and I may weight comfortably this fight. So,
Devin, speak on what it was like having Amari up there in camp with you. Obviously, he's on the undercard. He's been working with you.
Amari,
having a young fighter, obviously under you being a young fighter yourself, but with experience, just Amari Jones in the picture.
this is Amari Jones. He making his this is gonna be his second fight. He's on the card, and when he been pushing me all through camp. All through camp, we race to the finish line every single day. So he's been pushing me. So I want y'all to ask him some questions and get to know him, because he's definitely the future.
Amari, just obviously, I was just asking Devin what it was like to have you up there at Snack, working with him, and obviously working under him. Just talk about that experience and just things you were able to learn with the true training camp.
It was a good experience for me. It was my first time doing it. It was good. Good training. I never did it before. You know, me and Devin, even though Devin's a world champion and I'm, new to the game, we push each other all the time. He pushed me, I pushed him, so it was good.
Do you spar Devin?
We sparred before, but not this camp. We sparred.
What can you say about Devin?
Devin's quick, fast, smart in the ring, good ring IQ.
Do you think he's gonna knock out Linares this time?
Nah, he ain't answering that. He not answering that. Listen, he ain't saying that. Listen, he know I'm gonna win. That's about it. If it comes, then it comes.
What type of mentor is Devin?
Devin's a good mentor. He teaches me stuff inside and outside the ring about life. Being young, I'm young. It's go hand in hand.
Talk about being able to fight on the big stage. Obviously, second professional fight, being able to fight at such a historic venue here at Mandalay Bay, and on such a big undercard as well.
It's a good experience. Not a lot of guys get to do stuff like this. A lot of guys still fight on small shows, so I'm very thankful and happy to fight on a big show and a part of this history.
Amari, you were, believe #1 in the United States at 152 before going pro. What's that transition going to be like for you, pro day, and how did Devin help with that?
It's going to be a good transition. I never had like a big amateur style. I was always carry myself well as like a professional, and it's going to be easy.
And Dev,
Hey, he's a future. I'm telling y'all better get here early to catch him.
How did it feel training with the world champion? Did he make it tough for you, or what did it feel training with him?
It's always tough training with a world champion, but I do it even though
Do you think?
I'm not a world champion.
Do you think Devin at all that Linares is looking back at the time you went to the gym and sparred him, and still kind of have that in his mind, even though you're older and more experienced now?
That's a good question, because I do think that he's going back to when he sparred me when I was like 17, 18 years old. I was still fighting in Mexico, so you could go back on the sparring and go think about what happened then, but it's a total different level now, and I'm a grown man now, and it will show on Saturday night. But thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
I'll see you later.